California leads by 10 with 3:06 remaining first half. Danny's hungry. What about our Pizza Hut delivery? You'll love this stuff.
This is our Pizza Hut delivery. We know it's our Pizza Hut delivery. What are you saying? Here's the pass. Look at this guy, Toby Bailey. He goes up like most people dream of jumping. He just hangs in the air, and Tyus Edney with the pass and Bailey with the finish.
We do love their stuff. We'll have some at halftime. Because you have Dan Gawamani with you here at Pauley Pavilion, where Cal has won the last 2 games at Pauley. UCLA wanted to end that. And Tyus Edney contributes here to try and put an end to it by cutting the lead that California once had at 14 down to 7.
And that was well executed in the half court by UCLA. They must handle the traps of California, get good shots. Tyus Edney that time finished the play.
Tony Gonzalez tried to go inside in between Ed O'Bannon and J.R. Henderson. And J.R. Henderson saying, the foul was on me, wasn't it? And they said, yes, it was, because he did not want to see the senior Ed O'Bannon pick up his 3rd foul. California has really been controlling the boards 20-9.
That is really surprising. And a lot of those 20 have been at the offensive end for California. Now, this is a young guy right here, Tony Gonzalez, who has to improve from the charity stripe. He's got great hands. Well, he's going to get another shot if he misses, because Ed O'Bannon just jumped in there too soon. Eddie just inexplicably just kind of moved into the lane.
Hey, we invite everybody to stay tuned at halftime. And Dick Vitale presents the DirecTV Dish Out the Winners Sweepstakes. That's what he needed. Remember, Tony was at the free throw line at the end of a game earlier this year against Alabama. End of regulation. The game was tied. He asked to make a free throw to win it. Did not. They went to overtime and lost that game to Bama, but he comes back with 2 free throws here, and the lead's back to 9.
I knew when I was watching Alabama, Steve, they were a pretty good basketball team, but I didn't think they were that good to go down and beat Arkansas as much as they did at Arkansas in Fayetteville. But that's a terrific Alabama team.
Oh, that was just a terrible pass, and K.J. Roberts comes up with a loose basketball. Gonzalez.
Great hands by Tony Gonzalez. They should give him the ball inside. O'Bannon is trying to check Gonzalez, and Gonzalez very good with his back to the basket. California just could not get the ball back to Tony Gonzalez.
Jamison turns it over. Ed O'Bannon, he has the size advantage there working against Randy Duck. So he says, I'll take it to the hoop and scores, and it is a 7-point Cal lead now with 1:42 to go.
And Eddie O'Bannon is all over the floor. Now he's trying to defend inside. Gonzalez must call for the basketball.
Monty Buckley stripped by J.R. Henderson, call a foul. And there will be one, and it will go against UCLA, sending Buckley to the foul line. If Buckley charges, that would have been his 2nd personal.
Now, Monty Buckley quick off the dribble, and Zedek with the help. Almost good position. And I say almost because you got to get that chest and body in front, and George Zedek was moving. His 3rd foul. So Omar Givens, heralded young freshman from Aberdeen, Washington, will enter.
In time, he is going to be a very, very good one. But Zedek is in front of him. Mike Nwankwo is in front of him. Omar Givens is going to have a very good future here. Al Grigsby, we'll see Al for the first time in this game. He has had back problems. He's had hamstring problems, which have limited his minutes for the 2nd straight year. Monty Buckley will push the lead to 9, and does with the foul shot. And Buckley in the first half has 11. Leading scorer overall, Ed O'Bannon with 16. Charles O'Bannon misses. Ed, his brother, tried for the return, but it's knocked out deep to J.R. Henderson. Back to Ed.
He may have traveled.
Shot, though.
He may have dragged. What you're saying is forget the travel, give him the shot. The shot was too good.
Yeah. I mean, we got a chance for an MCI proof positive replay later in the game. That would have been it, but he shuffled his feet.
And Ed O'Bannon, Steve, right back on Tony Gonzalez. I thought UCLA might take O'Bannon out in the last minute because you do not want Ed O'Bannon to pick up that 3rd foul.
K.J. Roberts, short. Oh, McGivens with the save, but underneath the Cal hoop. What a beautiful save to J.R. Henderson. And Charles says, I'll take it myself. He's short. Oh, McGivens is blocked by Al Grigsby, but a foul will be called against Grigsby.
Pretty good recovery, I thought, by Al Grigsby. I mean, for a guy who's got a bad back, doesn't practice, been out almost 2 years, that does a pretty good job. UCLA in their transition. Charles O'Bannon on the baseline. I thought he might get that one home. Didn't. Givens said, who's this guy coming from behind? Givens did a good job, though, to get it up in traffic and pick up the foul. This is just the end of the play. You saw the recovery there by Al Grigsby to come in and give this California team a little bit of a lift with his shot blocking and his rebounding.
McGivens misses his first foul shot. UCLA as a team 8 for 13. Sean Marks comes in. He has been on the bad health side with an injured ankle. Did not play against USC on Thursday. We have a 20-second timeout. Well, Cal has 51, and I wasn't sure if this game went to 100 that they could survive the overwhelming offense that UCLA has to what shows every single night.
Well, the fact of the matter is, though, Steve, when Todd Bozeman has his full complement of players available to him, California can run it up and down there about as good as anybody. I mean, now they've got Marks in there, Grigsby, K.J. Roberts has helped them, so they're back to that 11-man rotation, and that's a very skilled 11 people. Now, the question is, can you keep the pace up, keep your poise under control, and really play against a very talented UCLA team that also loves to play in transition. I think California will have to change in the second half, go a little bit more to the half court, try to get it inside and pound it to the glass and slow the tempo just a bit, because the Bruins are devastating in the full court.
There's just so much talent in college basketball. I watched that Wake Forest North Carolina game today. Wake Forest led by 10. Back came North Carolina. They won it at the very end with 5 seconds to play, and a Donald Williams jumper. We still have another 20 minutes and 33 seconds here, and it has been a great show.
So Sean Marks is being guarded by Ed O'Bannon. See, Marks calling for the ball, and now they're going to spread it out. Thought they might take a shot at Ed O'Bannon, and California really did not in the latter part of the first half.
Oh, K.J. Roberts threw it up with still 6 seconds left. Al Grigsby got it inside. It will roll out, but Al will be at the free throw line. K.J., I think, panicked a little bit too late. Instead of seeing how much time was on that shot clock, he figured, I better put the heave up.
Yeah, sometimes if you're not used to playing at this facility, you don't exactly know where to look for the 35. And that time he just shot it a little bit too quickly. But look at Grigsby, able to get the ball up on the rim, just couldn't get the roll. Might have been a good time for Grigsby to secure the ball and pitch it back outside and let California run the clock all the way down. Because if you're the Bears, you don't want to give UCLA another chance to come down and score.
Charles held himself. He was falling forward. Tyus to Charles O'Bannon. Edney, can he get it off in time? Yes! Count the basket.
Well, it just typifies the way the whole half has gone. Let's just go ahead and get the ball off the ground, fade away, ball it out of bounds. Nice play by Tyus Edney. Here's just presence of mind by Tyus Edney to get it up, to fade away, and to get it down right at the end.
What a brilliant first half we hear. At Pauly Pavilion, it's Cal 52, UCLA 45. Back after this. Today's Pac-10 conference game is being brought to you by DirecTV, by Ford, by John Hancock, and by Band for Men.
It's the biggest game of the year.
I don't believe it. I won.
Guess what I just won 2 tickets to?
I don't know, Coach.
Well, guess. Sounds like cool charade.
Fish. Super.
This Sunday, with every pizza order, Pizza Hut will give you a free bag of Doritos tortilla chips and the chance to win 2 tickets to next year's big game.
Your face.
Mole. That's it, mole.
Mole. The Grouper Mole.
Pull. The grouper mole. Wish I was going.
Pizza Hut. You'll love the stuff we're made of.
Look, it's a gold card. Sure, no card on the planet is more useful, but it can't grant you inner peace. Well, I don't know. I mean, you could use it to go someplace where your only action would be one of non-action, which is pretty peaceful. And if you let Master Guest arrange your vacation, you'd save 20 to 40%, plus another $100 if you book by April.
In the nation, UCLA, and California's leading scorer, well, their senior, their leader, Monty Buckley with 11, but Tremaine Folks off the bench with 10. Jelani Gardner starting with 8. Michael Stewart, 6, and Jamison with 5. Stewart and Jamison are post guys, 5 for 6 from the floor, and then you've got Ed and Kaya show for UCLA. Well, here we go for the second half. There is only one team that has ever beaten UCLA 3 straight times at Pauley Pavilion. Notre Dame did it in 77, 78, and 79. Cal has won 2 in a row. They could be the second team to do it. Well, UCLA has the basketball, down by 7. Opening moments here at Pauley Pavilion of the second half. Cal's biggest lead in the first half was 14.
Look at the second half for Charles O'Bannon. I really feel has to come up big for UCLA. Only had a couple of points in the first half. Look for Charles to pick it up in the second half and give this club a lift.
For Charles O'Bannon, J.R. Henderson, and Cameron Dollar combined for 2 for 13 from the floor. And we showed you the bench scoring. Cal so important with 20 points, and UCLA only got 3 from their bench. So George Zedek will be at the free throw line shooting 2 foul shots. George, one of the great stories this year, an academic All-American, 3.8 in economics. He's averaging 11 points per game on the basketball floor. Well, he makes 1 of 2, and it's a 6-point game. Anwar McQueen, Ryan Jamison, Monty Buckley, Jelani Gardner, and Michael Stewart. That's the Cal starting 5. UCLA with Zedek and O'Bannon and Edney and O'Bannon and J.R. Henderson. And a travel will be called against Charles O'Bannon. I can't remember when he has played this poorly. He has now 3 turnovers in the game and only 2 points. Todd Bozeman has done a nice job deciding who will defend Charles. And that man has done it. Monty Buckley has covered Charles most of this game.
They're trying to get Charles, get him a little confidence and get him involved. That's a good dish to Edney. Pretty good shot by UCLA in the half court. Now you have to rotate back. Look at Michael Stewart run the floor.
Gardner wasting no time to put up the 3, and that will push the lead back to 9.
And that's what the 3-point line has done in college basketball. No longer when you have 2-on-1, you go to the basket. You got a big guy in there. Just go ahead and stop behind the line. Try to shoot it. If you miss it, Jelani felt he had a big man, Michael Stewart, right underneath the goal to follow it in.
Oh, J.R. Henderson almost got it to fall on a while behind his back shot.
Good interior passing by UCLA, maneuvering the ball, looking for the open player. Unselfish move, I thought, by Ed O'Bannon there to give it up inside. And the foul before the shot. Thought he might have been fouled in the act, but foul before the shot. So out of bounds it will go to UCLA.
There's 3 fouls now on Ryan Jamison. Tyus Edney pushing it off to Charles O'Bannon. Buckley remains the defender on him, and Zedek with the left hand doesn't go. Henderson high to tap it home.
When Michael Stewart, Steve, goes up for the block and doesn't get it. It allows his man to run in there and make the follow. A good move that time by J.R. Henderson to get that goal for the Bruins.
Michael Stewart short, Zedek rebounding. Edney wants to run. He's got 2 in front of him. J.R. Henderson. What a great pass from Tyus Edney.
Now, we said in the first half that UCLA will not stop running. They will go in transition. It's important for California to get back, set their defense, force the Bruins to set up in a half court. You don't want to give UCLA those 2-on-1, 3-on-2s because they convert.
Well, Pauley's rocking now. Let's check the Cowboys as Ryan Jamison works on Ed O'Bannon. Big basket for Ryan Jamison. Ed O'Bannon missing. Charles O'Bannon with the save. George Zedek. He hits.
Well, the big guy just steps away, faces the goal.
He hit his first three-pointer of the year against Stanford, and it was a big one early in that game. Michael Stewart had it blocked. And the Bruins come the other way.
Stop the ball. In this situation, you let Edney take it in. See, Edney breaks the defense down. California may need a 20. Because if you allow UCLA and Tyus Edney to dribble drive to the goal, then you've got some problems. Give UCLA credit. They've come out strong in the second half.
And George Zedek has scored 5 of his team's 9 points after the break, and UCLA is within 3 at 57-54.
See, this is the area you have to stop at. A little hesitation dribble went right by the freshman Jelani Gardner. Everybody's standing around watching, and he found George Zedek inside. Zedek, as you said, big second half so far for UCLA.
Well, if you like this one, you'll enjoy next week's Shuttle by United Pac-10 Games of the Week. Washington and Arizona, Damon Stoudemire. Next Saturday, 1 o'clock Pacific time. That will be followed by Oregon and Cal. Todd Bozeman will entertain the Ducks and their great guards. Next Saturday, that's 3 o'clock Pacific, 4 Mountain time. Here, the Golden Bears still have a 3-point lead with plenty of time left. Tyus Edney now with 7 assists in the game. This half, UCLA has 3 more shots than California because the Bears have turned it over twice.
Still a great experience for the young players of California. And you come down here to Pauley Pavilion, you've got the lead at halftime. You try to establish yourself, come out the second half, and you have to play 2 good halves here in Pauley, obviously, if you're going to win on the road.
Cal will have the basketball after Tremaine Folks' shot was blocked by Charles O'Bannon. Cal leads by 3. J.R. Henderson has done a wonderful job defending Monty Buckley after the break. Buckley's the man they want to go to, and we will have a foul called against J.R. Henderson. I like that play. They need points. We were talking of the senior leadership, and Todd Bozeman says, let's post up Monty. They did. He inbounds, and he goes to the low block.
Normally, the guy that takes it out of bounds ends up with the ball. You notice that out of bounds play, the man who takes it out after he passes it in will either post up or come behind a screen.
Jelani Gardner for 3. That's short and off to the side. Edney trying to scoop between Jelani, and a foul will be called against Gardner. Jelani Gardner picks up his 2nd foul of the game. We've got a timeout on the floor. 15:48 to play. UCLA down 3, but coming back.
This, of course, is the very popular Plymouth Neon. And this is the newest Plymouth Neon, the 150 horsepower sport coupe. Considering its sticky tires, wide performance stance, and all those new horses, its greatest appeal will be to people from, let's say, 0 to 60. Plymouth Neon, they're a gas.
Hi, I'm Jim Palmer. Although long-term interest rates have gone up, short-term rates are still very low. That means adjustable rate mortgages are becoming more popular. At the Money Store, more and more homeowners are refinancing their homes with a low adjustable rate mortgage. They're refinancing their mortgage and paying off high interest rate credit cards all in one loan. So for a low-rate adjustable mortgage, even if your credit is less than perfect, call the Money Store at 1-800-LOAN-YES.
Hi, I'm Mark Steinis. Join me for the movie scene. It will be our job to make your movie decisions a bit easier by being your complete guide to the upcoming films and videos released this weekend. We will also take a look at some of the hot sneak peeks from some of the biggest stars around. Looking for someone to sort out the films, or just wanting to see what's new from your favorite stars? Go no further than the movie scene. Tonight at 7 o'clock on Channel 9.
California still leads by 3. They led by 7 at the break. 57-54. We remind you that at the end of today's game, we'll be selecting the Shuttle United player of the game. We have a lot of candidates like Tremaine Folks, who had 10 in the first half. Tyus Edney and Ed O'Bannon have been spectacular for UCLA, and Monty Buckley had a brilliant first 20 minutes, but the defense by J.R. Henderson has really quieted him here in the second half. George Zedek. He's got it again.
Well, now you have to come out and play Zedek. Obviously, he comes out, faces up, and makes a couple of shots from the outside. It's going to open it up inside for O'Bannon. Both O'Bannon should be able to post it up when Zedek's a threat to shoot the outside shot.
And that's the third personal foul against Ed O'Bannon. That will send Michael Stewart to the foul line. You know, George Zedek, what's interesting about his outside shooting, assistant coach Mark Gottfried said if we had a three-point shootout at practice, he would win it all the time. He never misses, but that's not where we want our post man.
Well, he has a beautiful release. He steps away, and with the confidence he made the first one. Sometimes that's good news and bad news for your 7-footer. You know, the 7-footer makes the first shot from the outside. Now he thinks he can make a bundle of them, and you're sitting there scratching your head if you're on the UCLA bench. But Zedek comes right back and makes another one. So I wonder what will happen the next time Zedek touches it from 15. You know he's going to get it up.
Well, there's Todd Bozeman. He's got to say, how much do I stretch my post defense out to cover the guy? But Jim Herrick, he's got to be. It was a set play for him, wasn't it, the last two times?
They did run a set play. That's it. They ran a screen. And I think how far do you stretch? You have to come all the way out. Stretch as far as you can go if you're California.
Stewart makes one of two. Cal leads by a pair with 15 minutes and 15 seconds left in this game. Cal had out-rebounded UCLA 20-9, but since that time it's 14-4 with the Bruins beating them on the boards.
And Michael Stewart inside, Steve, now is trying to front George Zedek and keep the basketball away from the big guy. He has the hot hand. And he got the foul away from the ball.
And then it's Jelani Gardner, and that will be his third personal. 2 quick fouls in the first 5 minutes of the second half. 3 on Jamison, 3 on Gardner. And the 3 Bruins in foul trouble are Ed O'Bannon, George Zedek, and Toby Bailey. They all have 3.
Now, UCLA does get you in foul trouble because they're so difficult to guard. Excellent one-on-one players. They fouled out 5 Stanford players on Thursday night, which is highly unusual to happen in a game.
Charles O'Bannon!
Well, we thought Charles might come up big in the second half. How about that one for a finish? Charles has a little hang time of his own. Here's Ed to Charles, and Ed said, okay, Charles, you finish one. And he did. This is right down the lane. Get in the air and just go ahead, throw it down.
They stare down between Buckley and O'Bannon. Charles O'Bannon can give UCLA their first lead since early moments of this game, and he does. 59-58. The last UCLA lead was 2-0 when Edney made the opening bucket to start the game. Monty Buckley. He misses. Zedek rebounds. Poise, California, poise. And O'Bannon back-to-back with Charlie O and Edo.
CEO. CEO.
Big time.
I haven't heard the crowd here at Pauley this boisterous in a long time. I mean, they are up on their feet.
K.J. Roberts trying to take his man. Heard the whistle, so he took the shot. And K.J. Roberts will be at the foul line for 2 shots. He is a 67% foul shooter. The foul goes against Tyus Edney, his second. An 11-3 run for Jim Herrick. Whatever he told him at halftime, it worked. They came out and executed. And quite frankly, Danny, they played better defense here to start the second half.
And they're taking care of the basketball, not letting California get those opportunity transition baskets. Time for the Bears now to regroup, come back, quiet the crowd. There's an offensive rebound that could help him. And I thought a good decision by Michael Stewart not to force it inside, give his club an opportunity to set their offense and run a play against this 2-3 zone of UCLA.
Randy Duck. He hits.
That was quiet. The crowd hurt. All of a sudden, everybody goes, oh. You don't hear anything anymore.
We're tied at 61 with 13:07 left in this ball game. Tyus Edney, he's got some quickness. He loses the basketball as he lost Anwar McQueen or K.J. Roberts. Here goes Randy Duck. Oh, what a move by Duck.
Super play by Randy Duck. See, Zedek's got the 3 fouls. Duck challenged him. Zedek didn't go for the block. Smart move by Randy Duck to know that Zedek wasn't foul trouble. Took it right at him.
And nobody was covering J.R. Henderson, so he floats in and scores easily over Monty Buckley. J.R. now has 9 points, and again the game is tied at 63.
And UCLA quickly back to the man-to-man.
This has really been an excellent game. Monty Buckley tried to reverse it back to Randy Duck, but there are hands everywhere. And here's Ed O'Bannon missing the 3. Monty Buckley rebounding. Tremaine Folks for 3.
There's a shootout.
What's going on here?
This is a big-time shootout here at home.
We're going back to Loyola Marymount days. Whoever gets the ball in the offensive end, that's who's shooting.
Yeah, nobody's dying this afternoon. One team gets ahead, the other one comes right back at him.
Where's Paul Westhead? Ed O'Bannon knocked down Monty Buckley. Offensive foul. Ed O'Bannon now has 4 fouls in the game, and we still have 11 minutes and 45 seconds left. Cal leads by 3, and Ed has to go sit down.
After introducing the very friendly, very quick, and very safety-conscious 4-door Plymouth Neon, we thought you'd get a kick out of this little number. Say hello to the very new, very playful Plymouth Neon Sport Coupe. Plymouth Neon, now available in original and new faster acting.
I didn't think I'd ever stop using Tylenol. And I didn't, really. I still use it for aches and pains and stuff like that. But for headaches, I stopped taking it. Yeah. Now I take Excedrin. Why Excedrin? Because I studied all the medical research. No. I tried Excedrin. It relieved my headaches better. Why else would anybody take it?
Excedrin, the headache medicine.
A luxury car is supposed to be powerful, comfortable, stylish, smooth, and expensive. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. The Nissan Altima. Now lease the Altima GXE for $239 a month, $1,250 down for 36 months.
This telecast is presented by the authority of the University of California at Los Angeles and is intended solely for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express prior written consent of the University of California at Los Angeles is prohibited. Well, California has a 3-point lead. They are shooting 51%. UCLA streaking in the second half. Has shot 48%, but Todd Bozeman can attack a little bit differently with Ed O'Bannon out of the game. Ed O'Bannon picked up his 4th foul with 11:45 left, and Cal leading by 3.
And if California's going to win this game this afternoon, this is the segment of the game that they will have to put some distance between themselves and the Bruins. Ed O'Bannon out, probably won't come back until the 4 or 5 minute mark.
What a tough shot by K.J. Roberts, right leaning into the face of Tyus Edney, and Cal goes back up by 5.
Well, it's nice to see K.J. Roberts playing well. I mean, the guy has had so many injuries. He's had a lot of things go wrong, and it's really going to give him a big lift to have a good ball game, come down to Los Angeles and play well.
Steal by Buckley. Mike Nwakwo is in the game for UCLA with George Zedek, Toby Bailey, Tyus Edney, and J.R. Henderson.
So bench scoring for California has been unbelievable. What is it now? Something like 30-3 that the Bear bench has outscored UCLA. And I thought at the top of the show that UCLA would have to get some production from their bench, but they haven't up to now.
Here comes Tyus Edney being trapped, double team. Finally gives it up to J.R. Henderson, who moves it into the forecourt. Toby Bailey. They've been waiting for their six-man superstar to do something, and he still has not. Buckley ahead of the pack, spinning around to Duck. Nope.
I thought Bailey deflected it.
Look at this. Count it. Well, I have never seen this kind of emotion by the big fella. Give me a chest slam.
Not only is George Zedick shooting it on the outside. Look at the block that keyed it inside. Might have been J.R. Henderson who blocked it, but look at the big guy with the left hand. Now, a lot of young people can learn from that. He's a right-hander. Had he shot that ball with the right hand,
look at this,
would not have gone. But Big George with the left, he's jumping. He's got the emotion. He puts on it. He better not chest slam too many guys, because he chest slams you, he'll knock you out of bounds.
It's the check chest slam into the boards. 17 points for George Zedick. He has had a marvelous game. His career high is 21. Bailey has Randy Duck. Where's Buckley? J.R. Henderson covers in. So Buckley forcing it. Henderson with a great block gets out of bounds. You know, I think Monty Buckley is at that time of the game where he says, I've got to do something.
And J.R. saying, look, you want to take it in here, bring it in strong, because if you don't, I'm going to get it out of there. Now set your offense if you're California and recognize the defense. Pretty good job to back it out. UCLA will stay in the zone. Pretty good three-point shooting team. California didn't get...
Tremaine, folks, what a rebound. And a foul will be called against Ike Nwakwo. Did you see how high he got up? I didn't think folks had a chance to get that rebound.
The only thing I don't like about zone defenses, Steve, they're not good rebounding defense because you don't have man-to-man responsibility. See here, nobody's really responsible for Tremaine Folks, and he gets a running, flying start to go in there, and he comes right down the lane and just out-jumps everybody, and then leaps up to pick up the foul, and then the stare down, and the emotions continue to run high between these two clubs.
I told you earlier that these clubs don't like each other. UCLA doesn't like Cal because they beat him the last 2 years at Pauley, but Cal very angry yesterday when UCLA walked onto the floor with 15 minutes to spare in Cal's practice. Jim Herrick was saying, hey, we were just stretching down at our end of the floor, but Todd Bozeman did not want them out there during their practice.
And let's face it, UCLA is acutely aware of the fact that they've lost the last 3 out of 4 times to California, twice in a row in this facility. So, you know, they want to end that. Notre Dame, as you said, the only team to beat UCLA 3 consecutive times. Thank you to our crack staff to find that statistic in Pauley Pavilion, 3 straight years, and now California trying to put a three-peat also on UCLA.
And they're 18 for 24 from the foul line. And that was your #1 key for Cal to win. They had to shoot the free throws, and much better than the 59% that they've done this year.
Yeah, they've had some games where they've been 12 for 32, 13 for 27. Now, California has to shoot their free throws. When they do, they've got an opportunity to win games. They shot it well at Washington, and they won. Did a pretty good job against SC. And now trying to come right back against UCLA to shoot their free throws. Now they're going to bring
9:20 left in the game, and Ed O'Bannon's coming back in with 4 fouls, Dan.
The reason why Ed O'Bannon's coming back with 4 fouls is Jim Herrick does not want this game to get away from him. He feels right now, and this is just a coaching emotional decision, that he wants to get his best player in the game, because if you get behind by 2 minutes, then all of a sudden you're not going to have a chance to come back. So he thinks this is a pivotal time of the game. O'Bannon's very skilled. You need to be skilled to play in foul trouble, so we'll see how Ed does.
Tyus Edney misses. K.J. Roberts with the rebound. Cal leads by 4 with 9:10 to go. That is a very, very difficult decision by a guy who's been a quality coach. 6 straight years to open at UCLA. He's won 20 games. He sent a team to the Elite 8. He sent a team to the Sweet 16. Last 2 years, he's been knocked off in the first round, and this is a better ball talk. Monty Buckley has a strip by J.R. Henderson, gets it back, feeds Folks.
How did Folks get it back? Folks lost it on the way up, and then just recovered, snatched it, and dunked it.
He's got very quick hands.
Great hands.
And Cal's in front by 6 points. UCLA came back, not only tied the game, but took the lead, went up by 3. And here comes the Cal boys by the young freshmen and sophomores.
Well, Folks has been all over the floor. I mean, what a rebound that time with big people around him. Tapped it to himself and gives California another opportunity.
You know, there were a lot of people who questioned whether Todd Bozeman was going to be a quality coach when he was named 3 years ago. It was almost 3 years ago to the day, taking over for Lou Campanelli. I think he has answered every question. And here's Tremaine Folks hitting a three, and Cal goes up by 9 points.
Well, Todd has answered all the questions. He's doing an exceptional job here at California. Don't forget, a very young team. I mean, Monty Buckley is senior and Jameson is senior, but outside of that, 7 of their top 11 are freshmen and sophomores. And now UCLA having a little bit of a poise problem behind California by 9.
Can you believe this?
It's the biggest game of the year.
I don't believe it. I won. Guess what I just won 2 tickets to?
I don't know, Coach.
Well, guess. Sounds like cool charade.
Fish. Looper.
This Sunday, with every pizza order, Pizza Hut will give you a free bag of Doritos tortilla chips and a chance to win 2 tickets to next year's big game.
Second one. Your face.
Mole. That's it. Mole.
Mole. The grouper mole.
Mole. The grouper mole. Wish I was going.
Pizza Hut, you'll love the stuff we're made of.
After Automobile Magazine named Plymouth Neon Automobile of the Year, there just isn't a lot left to say.
Stick shifts, automatics, foreign cars, domestic cars, 4x4s, even emergency vehicles. People bring their transmission problems to AMCO centers because they have the experience to tell the small problems from the big ones without mistaking one for the other. So no matter what you drive, if it's a transmission problem, bring it to the people who know transmissions. AMCO, AA, MCO.
California on a 7-0 run, the last 2:25 to push the lead back to 9, and that 7-0 run has been provided by the freshman Tremaine Folks.
Yeah, Tremaine with the brilliant hands inside to get his own rebound, and he is up. I mean, he says, give me the ball, and if you want to play off me, Ed O'Bannon, I'm just going to go ahead and shoot it right over, and he makes another 3. I mean, California on a big run and lead by 9.
Folks has 20 of California's 37 bench points, and this is what they've done from three-point range. UCLA has not hit a 3 in the second half. Randy Duck, Tremaine Folks, K.J. Roberts, Monty Buckley, and Ryan Jameson. That's the Cal 5. Cameron Dollar is in the game for UCLA with Charles O'Bannon, Ed O'Bannon, George Zedek, and Toby Bailey. Again, Ed O'Bannon is playing with 4 fouls. Go to Folks. Oh. You know what? He was part of that gold medal winning team on the U.S. Junior National team that he led the team with 16 points per game. Their biggest game was against Brazil. He goes for 25, and he is in a zone right now. Alley-oop doesn't work, and there is a foul.
Yeah, Steve, this is a gold medal performance by Tremaine Folks. No question about it. I mean, he has just been a tremendous all-around player this afternoon. I mean, this young guy is a great player. I mean, he's had some up and down games, which freshmen will have, but he's showing you this afternoon that he's pretty well-rounded in terms of his inside play and his outside shooting. He has really done it all for California.
And the poise they have shown to withstand the UCLA comeback and then push the lead to 11 has just been brilliant.
All right, now UCLA, I think, has to get back to playing some D and forcing some turnovers and creating offense with their defense. Now, Ed O'Bannon has come in the game but hasn't had the ball at the low block. This is the area of the floor where UCLA's had some problems. They haven't put any stops on California. And the Bears are going to run the clock a little bit. Can't get conservative in California. There's too much time left.
Randy Duck for 3. Look who got the rebound. Tremaine Folks, and he is fouled. Tremaine Folks has 22 points. He is 1 away from tying his career best.
Well, Folks is not only scoring a lot, he's also keeping the ball alive at the offensive end. You have to put a body on him, screen him out, keep him away. California on a 9-zip run.
And you know, during that span, Ed O'Bannon came back into the game because he did not want to get it further away.
In fact, I believe it was 70-66 when Ed came into the game, and California hasn't missed a beat. And now some pushing and shoving because California trying to set up actually, it's 4 people straight across at the foul line, and they love to pop Randy Duck behind that and set up a 3-man screen for him and let him shoot it from 3-point range. See if they drop Duck behind, and they do, but Dollar did a good job to get through.
Well, earlier today with about 6.5 minutes, Wake Forest had a 10-point lead. North Carolina came back, won that game late. What will happen here as one of the top teams in the country is down by 11 points at home, though, at Pauley Pavilion? That Carolina comeback was at Wake Forest.
Well, and last night, West Virginia had an 18-point lead at home against UMass, and UMass came back to beat them. They had an 18-point lead with 4 minutes to go, and UMass came back to beat them in overtime. So with the 3-point shot, an 11-point lead is not insurmountable for UCLA. I mean, they can come back and certainly win this game, but they have to start right now.
We are just inside the 6-minute mark of the game, and Ryan Jamison has picked up his 4th foul. The UCLA player with the most foul difficulty, Ed O'Bannon, their star, with 4 fouls. Ed in the first half was sensational. He had 16 points, only with 2 in the second half. He is 1 for 5 from the floor, and here is J.R. Henderson, the season number 72%.
And for UCLA, this free throw vital because it allows them to set up that full court defense, get into their traps. If Henderson can't get this free throw down, then UCLA has to scramble to pick up. So see if the Bruins can set up their full court action after the free throw.
And it's interesting, Todd Boesen just said, okay, we're going to match up with your smalls. They got Zedek out of the game, and so he decided to send in Tony Gonzalez for Ryan Jamison.
Better really a guy that can handle the ball a little better. That was UCLA's first point in over 4 minutes, Steve. So the Bruins are going to have to do a little bit better now if they're going to come back. See, there's a guy that can run the floor, good pass, and a finish by Gonzalez.
Charles O'Bannon on Cameron Dollar. And finally, the loose ball comes up in the hands of Charles O'Bannon, who cuts it back.
And if you're UCLA, it's time to take a few chances. Double up.
10-point game, UCLA down. 5:23 left in this ball game. Tony Gonzalez, he had an opening to the right, but Ed O'Bannon was. That might have been a time to go. Try and pick up Ed's 5th foul.
I think that's a good comment, Steve, because that's a time you want to put it on the ground and force Ed O'Bannon to play some defense. You know he will not guard you too close with the 4 fouls. But Gonzalez, a freshman, he's trying to do the right thing. He knows his club is ahead, obviously, and he's saying, look, we need to run a little more clock. What a steal just when they needed it. Tyus Edney. Can he make things happen? Tyus with the steal, and it may be a technical against Randy Duck and California. Boy, are you talking about an ill-advised display of emotion. Not the right time.
We'll take a timeout as well. 4 minutes, 58 seconds left. 79-71, California.
Imagine an antiperspirant that keeps a man feeling as clean and fresh as this all through the day. Well, this is it. Ban for Men Clear Antiperspirant. Clean and fresh because it goes on clear. And Ban for Men sets up a clear shield of protection that fights wetness and odor for a full 24 hours. Feel this clean. Feel this fresh. Try Ban for Men Clear Antiperspirant.
Right now, you can take to the slopes at your Chevy dealer with a voucher good for a free all-day adult lift ticket to Mountain High in Wrightwood just by test driving the new Chevy Blazer or the new Chevy Astrovan. You'll enjoy the Mountain High Express that jets you to the top in only 6 minutes. There's no obligation. Just test drive the new Chevy Blazer or Chevy Astrovan and get a free lift ticket voucher to Mountain High. But hurry, this offer ends soon. See your participating Southern California Chevy Geo dealer today.
I still enjoy going to work in the morning. I basically dictate my day.
Running your own business takes heart. It takes soul. And to help you manage smarter, it takes the corporate card from American Express.
It's me, that's it.
You'll get detailed monthly statements with records of charges and itemized quarterly reports to make tax time easier.
They make my life simple. The accountants love it.
To apply, watch your mail for your application or call 1-800-835-AMEX.
You obviously have to love what you're doing.
California has a 79-71 lead on UCLA, but the Bruins are coming back. Tyus Edney, this just set the school record with steals in a career.
What an unbelievably key steal for UCLA. Not only does he score, but then there's an unsportsmanlike push after the play by Randy Duck, and we don't quite see. There's the push. You see Dollar going down, and Duck pushed him, and now it's an unsportsmanlike, which is also a personal foul on Randy Duck. Second one of the game in terms of an unsportsmanlike technical that was called this afternoon. So Edney with 2, and UCLA will get the ball out of bounds.
What a big swing here. Edney misses a second, but his steal, he has 190 steals in his great career. That is a UCLA record. Pooh Richardson held the old mark with 189, and Edney still has about 10 games to go. Cal by 7.
And UCLA right in the ball game, Steve. Now California going to go to the zone. So it's time for guys like Edo Bennett and Tyus Edney spot up, get some penetration. See if you can find the open player. California doing a good job of trapping out of the zone. Shot clock winding down.
Down to 10. Cameron Dollar.
Boy, great job by California to play some defense. What a steal. That was a clinic in terms of playing half-court defense. Oh, a steal. And they call it intentional.
Yes, they will. And Jim Herrick is furious. So 2 shots and the ball.
Well, what you have to determine...
Now you tell that technical situation as a swing in the game because it swings right back to California.
Well, this is just great half-court defense, and UCLA in trouble trying to get the shot off. Jelani Gardner takes it in, and was Tyus Edney playing the ball, or did he intentionally try to foul the shooter, and the official felt that he was not playing the ball, so it's a 2-shot.
You know, Danny, on the replay, it looked like he was playing the ball.
Well, what you have to decide, did he go for the ball? See, I think it looked like to me he was going for the ball, but the official didn't see it that way. So, all right, that's the 2 free throws.
So Cal's lead is back to 9. And that technical foul swing actually seems to have boosted Cal. And Cal, you said their #1 key. They have to shoot free throws 77% for this game, and UCLA has not.
Well, we also thought Cal had to get guard play, and their guards have been superb. But you didn't think they'd have a bundle of points off the bench. I mean, their bench production, they've had like 35 points or so from their bench.
Look at Edney's defense. Four minutes left in this game. Gardner forces. Buckley almost got the tap back in, but Gardner comes away with it.
Now, see, that's a smart move by the senior Buckley. See, Buckley had poise that time to throw it back outside and to reset the offense.
Gonzalez missing. UCLA's got a break opportunity, a 3-on-1. And J.R. Henderson finishes. And we have a 7-point lead for California with 3.5 minutes left.
I think Monty Buckley will just take a timeout. See, it's so important to have the senior with the ball out of bounds, make the decision, does not get rattled, calls the timeout.
boys, who has it more?
I've been thinking about having my mother move in here.
Here?
Yeah.
With us?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, I was thinking maybe we could add on.
We can't afford that right now. We got the kids, the cars, their education. And on top of that, we got to look at our retirement. We got to start looking at that very seriously. I just don't see what we can do.
Dad. Grandma could have my room. Okay?
I would really like a luxury car, but I can't get past the guilt. I mean, look at this one. It's like owning your own plane. And that sound system. The seat is so comfortable. You get dual airbags and a big fuel-injected V8. The Ford Thunderbird LX. Whoa, that's half of what I thought it was going to be. So I really don't have anything to feel guilty about, right? Hello? Oh, Mom, hi. I was just going to call you, really.
Today's game has been brought to you by Shuttle by United, by Gillette Right Guard Gel, by MCI, proof positive, and by Chrysler Cirrus. It's not just a step above. We've got UCLA coming back in this game. But they want Toby out there. He's their three-point off-the-bench gun. But right now, it is the Bruins trailing by 7. The number 4 team in the nation. Down by 7 at home against California. Cameron Dollar, Ed O'Bannon, Charles O'Bannon, Tyus Edney, and J.R. Henderson. That's the UCLA 5. Cal comes out with Monty Buckley, Jelani Gardner, Tony Gonzalez, the main folks, and Randy Duck. And we have a foul called against the Bruins. Can you believe the bench for Cal? I mean, Todd Bozeman has really been able to shuffle players in. 41-3, they've outscored the UCLA bench.
Incredible, and you know, that obviously the telling stat of the game, and all those guys sitting there have done an excellent job. California utilizing its full complement of
but
players.
Don't get too comfortable.
No, don't lean back and think this one's over. It's not over by a long shot. I thought a smart move, though, by California. They had Monty Buckley and Jelani Gardner handling the ball. And if you're going to foul somebody, California wants to get its best free throw shooters or its clutch guys that want to be at that line late in the game with the basketball. So now it's a matter of responding. Boy, Jelani Gardner, only a 59% free throw shooter, but today, perfect.
Makes both foul shots. The lead is 9. All right. And Tyus Edney, a terrible turnover. I'm not sure who he thought was coming out for that play. The screen went high, so the man who's going to throw it had to go low.
It looked like to me that he was trying to throw the ball to Ed O'Bannon that particular time. But Ed wasn't looking for it, and there's just a communication error. And now UCLA in big trouble. I mean, you're down 3 minutes, down 9.
Hey, you've got to foul because historically this team is a very poor foul shooting team.
Well, right now, at this point, I wouldn't foul because you only got 8-9 seconds left on the 35. Let's play some defense. This is a back-breaking 3 if you're UCLA. And that is a backbreaker by Randy Duck.
What a terrific game he has had. He had a huge 3 early moments.
Will kill me, and I'll be out of my misery. Now, I'm going to tell you, a young man saying my life is down to 3 options, has no future. And the absence of a future, the lack of a future, is exactly what's hurting him. Now, let's take another example. Ask yourself, why would a 14-year-old girl sell her body?
Won at Cincinnati, some big games for him on the road, then got into the Pac-10 conference and really had a massive drop, had some injuries. But it looks like they've regrouped and are right back in the thick of the race because I think the winner in the Pac-10 conference will have 3 or 4 losses, maybe more. The conference is that balanced.
A travel against Monty Buckley, and we knew coming into this that Cal, if they had a shot at the title, and they still do, I mean, it is early in the conference race, but they've lost 4 games. If they had a shot, they had to sweep this Los Angeles series. They beat USC, and now they've got a great chance to beat UCLA.
Yeah, they almost have to run the table from here. I mean, they have to just keep on going if they're going to stay in it. They can ill afford to lose very many more basketball games, but California very impressive, and you don't want to yet count it up in the win column.
No,
I mean, they're obviously California would have to do some disastrous things like not get the ball in bounds, turn it over, miss free throws, and UCLA would have to make everything. But that scenario has happened. I mean, you're not talking about very many possessions with the 3-point shot, but the Bears certainly in good position to sweep here in Los Angeles.
Well, our shuttle by United player of the game, Tremaine Folks, and he is more than you bargained for. 22 points, 7 of 8 floor. He goes 0 for 12 against Cal State Northridge and then comes to the number 4 team in the nation and does this. What a great game.
Yeah, and Tremaine had 22 of California's 46 bench points. So Tremaine Folks, a guy that could start, I mean, no question about it, but when you get that kind of production out of your 6th man, that's not bad.
You know what? I really think, though, Todd Bozeman has 10 starters. It really doesn't matter who he starts. They may only be playing like the first 3-4 minutes of the game.
It's a good point. He rotates so many different people that he will get production from all 10 or 11 guys. I mean, even Al Grigsby tried to give this team a little bit of a lift in the first half. He hasn't practiced much yet, came in to try to at least give him a couple of minutes.
Well, you said Cal had to make the free throws. They've done that. They had to get consistent guard play. They've done that. I mean, from everybody they sent in. And they had to have poise under pressure. And my goodness, when the pressure was the most, that man, Tremaine Folks, came through. 3:14 left. Cal by a dozen.
And Gonzalez gets the ball right back to Buckley. See, Gonzalez not a good free throw shooter. And UCLA will take a foul if Gonzalez gets the ball at all. See if Tyus can finish.
Nope. And California rebounds.
Well, California with a 3-on-0 at the other end.
Tremaine Folks, a new career high for Tremaine Folks, 24 points.
Yeah, put the exclamation point on it, Tremaine.
J.R. Henderson for 3, and that makes it an 11-point game. Tyus said he's still talking to himself. He's so upset. That earlier turnover and then that missed layup.
Have to take a quick foul at the UCLA. Get on and make a foul. Have to stop the clock.
And they will send Randy Duck to the foul line.
And Todd Bozeman was trying to tell Randy Duck, give up the ball if you're being pressured, but Duck didn't want to turn it over. He said, look, I think I've got it here, coach. Shows a lot of confidence by Todd Bozeman to keep Randy Duck in the game after he had that sportsman technical. You know, a lot of guys would just take him out, sit him down. But what happens is a guy like Randy Duck, you could lose him in terms of confidence if you just sit him down and not play him for the next 3, 4, 5 games. So I thought a real smart move. You know, put your arm around a guy, tell him he made a mistake. He knows he made a mistake, and Randy's come back and played very well.
Doesn't Randy have a little of the Todd Bozeman mentality? Todd has a little bit of that us against the world mentality. They're emotional coaches. One thing that I marveled most about him this year, even in difficult situations, same face. You'll see the same guy out there. Yeah. They were getting blown out by Washington State, and they could not make a free throw. He did not show the least bit of concern outward. Because he didn't want his young team. He didn't want to lose his young team. Toby Bailey misses the 3. That ball's knocked out of bounds with a minute and a half left, and Cal leading by 12.
UCLA looking exclusively to shoot threes. They're trying to get back in a hurry. They had O'Bannon passing up to 2 just to get it out on the 3. And now, of course, UCLA can't make anything. Finally, they get one down.
And they cut the lead to 10 with a minute 21 to go.
Again, you got to make a quick foul.
Yep. Oh, and they killed Randy Duck along the sideline.
Duck again. Now, this is your emotion getting carried away. You have to know, if you're California, that you will get fouled bringing the ball up the floor. Now, Randy got pushed that time, pushed on the bench. retaliated, and the officials, I thought, did a good job to step right in the middle of it.
This is a push.
He got hit in the face is what happened. See, Randy didn't mind the push. He just didn't like getting hit in the face. He said, no, I think Dollar's trying to apologize and duck like he's had none of that. He can say, let me get to the line.
Randy Duck 3 for 4 for the line. Every time he comes out, he wears a T-shirt that says home, and it's got the state flag of Texas. He's from Garland, Texas, and quite a schoolboy player there. Great leaper. And he has, what now, 14 points. 14 points off the bench from Randy Duck.
A terrific find by Todd Bozeman and the Bears to get Randy Duck from Garland, Texas. A guy that was, frankly, not heavily recruited, but a tenacious player that's had a big afternoon. Now they're going to sit Duck down. So Todd Bozeman tells him, look, what we don't need is another technical. I mean, see, we're ahead in this game.
Ed O'Bannon well covered by Anwar McQueen. Toby Bailey looking for the 3. Ed O'Bannon just look at that shot. That's only Ed O'Bannon's second field goal of this half. He had 16 at halftime. Howe's now just 21 for the game, and that was really a prayer that he threw up. We've got a timeout on the floor with 1 minute and 1 second left. UCLA is within 9. Do they have enough time left to come back? We'll find out.
Considering what your business has to figure,
25, 30. How much time we got left?
you may not have figured that if your business uses AT&T, you're probably on the wrong calling plan. Over half of AT&T's customers are, which is why hundreds of thousands of businesses are trading in AT&T and investing in Proof. MCI will analyze your AT&T bill and give you proof positive, written proof of how much your business can save by switching to MCI, proving once again the only savings that are true are the ones you can see.
What if I told you everything you know about TV is about to change? Because now, there's DirecTV, totally digital television. More movies, more sports, more of what I want than ever before. All through a tiny satellite dish about the size of a small pet. Stay. With digital quality video and CD sound, everything's going to look great. How does DirecTV work? I have no idea. But it does. Get your DSS 18-inch dish and DirecTV at your RCA dealer.
The executive producer of Raycom is Peter Rolfe. Raycom senior coordinating producer Johnny Tyus. Producer of this telecast, Jim Drake. And our director, the amazing Doug Freeman. Technical director, Kenneth Kirschbaum. And associate director, Mike Manning. Steve Fiziak and Dan Boamedy here at Pauley Pavilion. Still time left. 1 minute and 1 second left. It matters how Cal shoots their free throws to see if they can come away with a win. And Buckley is fouled immediately. Only 1 second came off the clock. Norm Larson in our videotape truck and Tom Dingle here. Work Design Group brought us our opening animation.
California, Steve, utilizes this out-of-bounds play often. Look, they put 2 people out of bounds, and they do this frequently, and I think a very smart move. You can pass the ball from one player out of bounds to another, and the guy they want with the ball is Monty Buckley. So you start Buckley out of bounds, you bring K.J. Roberts right out of bounds with him, you make that lateral pass, and then you give it right back to Buckley, who steps inbounds, and he picks up the foul.
94-84. Misses the second foul shot.
Ed O'Bannon has not had the kind of second half that he normally has. And neither really has Tyus Edney for that matter. But Ed O'Bannon has a lot of fans, and it would be remiss of us not to say that probably his top fan, one of his top fans, Rosa Bravo, who is very sick. Ed wanted to pass on his best wishes to his girlfriend, actually, Rosa Bravo.
A little under the weather.
A little under the weather. And Ed will come back, and he will have even bigger games than this. And you can rest assured that UCLA will bounce back from this defeat to California this afternoon.
Tyus Edney with the steal and score closes California's lead to 8 points. Edney and O'Bannon combined for 30 first half, only 10 thus far in the second half. Then coming up next week, Shuttleby United presents more Pac-10 basketball with Washington taking on Arizona. That will begin at 2 o'clock Mountain, 1 o'clock Pacific time. That's that great Damon Stoudemire, the Wildcats guard. And that game will be followed by Todd Bozeman's Cal Bears hosting Oregon Saturday at 3 Pacific. Well, he has been instructing them well today as California with an amazing 8-point lead with 39 seconds left.
See if they bring two people out of bounds this time. They don't. And it may be a
Did you see that?
violation. I did see it, as a matter of fact.
No, Edney knocked it right back to the man inbounding.
And the ball did not hit the floor, so the man that's out of bounds is still in play, and it's off of California.
Ed O'Bannon lays it in. A little closer game, a 6-point game with 35 seconds left, and a foul is called. Jelani Gardner will go to the foul line. It's getting interesting here at Foley Pavilion. Todd Bozeman say, let's talk.
See, you should never chalk up a win for anybody. As soon as you claim somebody has won the game, all of a sudden, now it's a 2-possession game with 34 seconds to go. What else can happen in this game this afternoon?
Well, like we said, Cal must make their foul shots, and they'll go home with their 11th win of the year. Gardner misses the first. Jelani Gardner has had an excellent ball game with 15 points. 2 shy of his career best 17 earlier this year against Northern Arizona.
This is a big free throw here because that really puts UCLA in a 3-possession game.
And UCLA turns it over. Bailey all over K.J. Roberts. K.J. wanted the basketball. He is again one of the best foul shooters on the floor at 67%. But as a team, they are 29 for 38 in this game. 29 for 38 for California as Toby Bailey fouls out, only scoring 2 points. He's been their 6th man off the bench gun.
It's been a tough couple of games for Toby Bailey after having a big weekend in Arizona. But the young guy, Toby Bailey's a terrific player. I mean, he will be an excellent player here at UCLA. But as all freshmen, you will have your ups and downs.
Roberts knocks the next one down and gives Cal an 8-point lead. Edney all the way scoring. Pushes it back to 6 with 26 seconds left. 21 points now for Tyus Edney.
Now you have to back it out if you're Buckley. Or no, forget backing it out. If it was only a suggestion, Steve, if you want to back it out, Buckley is going to put the finishing touches on it and take it to the goal and just two-hand dunk it.
And then he does the upside-down crab walk as he is pushing California near to near a triumph here at Foley Pavilion.
Now, Monty Buckley, well, if you don't want to back it out, that's fine. Just go ahead and take it in. J.R. Henderson's trying to take it intentional and can't catch up with him. And Ed O'Bannon just put his hands out and picked up...
well, his 5th foul. So Ed gone.
Got the foul.
Buckley can't make the 3-point play, and here comes UCLA the other way. J.R. Henderson for 3, got it. With 13 seconds left, makes it a 5-point game. They foul Jelani Gardner as he tries to inbound, and it still ain't over. You know what? When this game started, I thought if you would have told me that Cal has a chance to score 100 points in the game, I said they got no chance against UCLA. And it's because of UCLA's transition game, their offense. But
no, this is
Todd
really...
Bozeman says, hey, we can run and score with anybody.
This is a game you want to chalk up for Todd Bozeman in California in the sense that they believe they could win this game. See, when you come into a ball game, you have to believe that you can win. And they said before the game, if we play smart, we handle the ball, we don't turn it over, we make our free throws, we've got a chance to win here at Foley. No one gave them much of a chance, but give the Bears credit. They played an exceptional basketball game. Todd Bozeman has to be extremely happy with the way his team has rebounded. Now they're starting to get healthy. Now they're starting to get their guys back, their rotation back. And this will be an uplifting confidence game for California in the Pac-10 conference.
A career best for two freshmen, both of them from Southern California. Tremaine Folks at 24, Jelani Gardner with 18. They'll go home smiling. They showed the poise. And California has beaten UCLA 3 straight times at Pauley Pavilion. Only Notre Dame has done that. 193, the Bears win. For Dan Beaumont, I'm Steve Physiak. This has been a copyrighted presentation of UCLA.
The Pac-10 basketball game on 9. UCLA versus Cal Berkeley, sponsored in part by your Southern California Ford dealers. See your Ford dealer today. By Delta Airlines, you'll love the way we fly. By your Southern California Chevrolet Geo dealers. Come see the all-new line of cars, trucks, and vans today. And by Jack in the Box restaurants. Watch out, Mac. Jack's back.
You know, when I hear the words Jumbo Jack, I can't help but smile. It reminds me of the first one I ever made on my dad's grill in the backyard. Well, now that I got my company back, I'm reintroducing my Jumbo Jack. It's juicier and tastier, like I used to make them. And just for old time's sake, it's only 99 cents. Watch out, Mac. Jack's back.